everyone, I'm Emily and I'm here with Lindsay.
Hi, I'm Lindsay. I'm a fellow from 2023 and I teach at Ozaki Middle School, which is in Fredonia, Wisconsin, which is about 30 minutes outside of Milwaukee. I teach 6th, 7th, and 8th grade social studies, which is like everything. I teach civics, ancient world history, early U.S. history, international relations, and current events.
She does it all. That's awesome. I've never met anyone who teaches like multiple grades.
We're a small school, so I teach like 173 kids a day, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But it's nice because I get to like kind of run the curriculum and I get to make sure that things blend throughout. So,
yeah, that's really cool and really impressive. So props to you, that's awesome. So what made you want to apply to become a fellow?
Well, I've done institutes at Monticello and Mount Vernon and like Freedom's Foundation and stuff, and they had always mentioned the fellowship. Like people that I met were like, you have to apply for this. And I guess I just always thought that I didn't have a chance to do it because it's one person per state. I was like, there's no way I'm going to win. And so I kind of put it off for a year or two. And then I was like, you know what? I've always wanted to go to graduate school. It's always been my dream, but being a teacher, it's not in my budget. Like I can't afford it. And so I just took the risk. I'm like, I'll just do it. I'll try and see what happens. And I got it. And so it just was like kind of a whirlwind ever since then.
Yeah, well, congrats. That's so awesome. And you deserved it. So when you received notice that you got accepted to be a fellow, how did you feel? What was your reaction?
I think like complete shock. I heard from my friend is the apartment manager in my building, and she said, you got a FedEx package. And I was like, no, I did not. And I'm like, well, maybe it's like a rejection in a box. Yeah. And then my friends were like, it cannot be a rejection in a box.
No, that'd be like really misleading.
Yeah.
Terrible if they were like, you get a box, but you don't know what's in it.
Yeah. And then I was just shocked. So that was, and my family like greeted me in my house and surprised me because they were like, we knew if you got a box.
Oh, so did you guys like celebrate after?
Yeah.
That's so cute.
Yeah. And one of my friends showed up and stuff too. So yeah.
Oh, you had like a whole squad. Like, to congratulate you. It is a big thing. So it deserves to be celebrated. And yeah, so that's awesome. I love that. Obviously, this whole Summer Institute is huge. It's a month of your entire life, and it's 6 Georgetown credits smushed into such a small amount of time. So much hard work, meeting so many people, doing so many things. There's a lot of emotions. So if you could choose 3 feelings, emotions, whatever you want to describe how you felt going into this experience, what would they be and why?
I think like initially challenging was my biggest thought in the first couple of days. Just like, to be honest, I was kind of overwhelmed. And like because I had come off of the end of school. Well, graduate school ended, the end of school, and then I took my students to a Boston, New York trip. So it's just like I had all that going on, and then once I got here, I was like, oh, it's here. Yeah. So and then the content is kind of out of my comfort zone and things that I haven't ever learned before. So I did feel that, but then kind of I guess my other emotion, my like second emotion was just the camaraderie of everybody. Like I think as we slowly started to get to know each other and like hearing from all these like diverse perspectives, and I talked to one person and they'd have all this knowledge on one thing, but then somebody else would have like drastically different knowledge. So that made me feel like, okay, the challenge is something that we all are dealing with in our own way, and we can like get through this together. And it's like a very like bonding through something hard, and that the challenges will have a reward. And just like the idea of the diversity that we all have is such a beautiful thing. And then I guess just like grateful, like I've kind of reached now like through week 1, just this idea of like, I know I can see the light ahead. Like I know that what I'm going to kind of feel when I get out of it. Yeah. So I can kind of feel like it's starting to come together.
It's so funny. Like, I feel like some people either like know people who've done this before, so they kind of like have an idea of what to expect. And then some people, they don't know anything about it. They're just like, I'm going into this and hope it's fun, hope it's worth it. Obviously it will be. But did you have any like, expectations coming into it?
Literally nothing. Wow. I knew it was credits and I knew it was classes and I knew we'd do some sightseeing, but I didn't really know what to expect. And I kind of just like rolled with it. And, we had a year of graduate school. So I was like, but that's so different than this. So no, it's all shocked.
So I guess like with no expectations coming into it, is there anything that you were like looking forward to the most out of this whole thing?
I think like meeting all of the professors and the historians, like Stacy Schiff is I've loved her work forever. So she was, huge, and so cool because you never get an experience where like you get one person from every state, like drastically different perspectives. So the people here too, and then all the professors that, I looked up their bios and stuff once we did our Zoom. So that too,
That's awesome. Wow. Yeah, there's a lot packed into this like 30 days, and so yeah, I can't imagine like going through it, but it seems exciting. And like just through all the pictures that you guys have sent me, and like just through other things that I've seen on social media, like it's so cute just like seeing everyone like get along, and like you know, you probably are gonna be friends with these people like for life after this, because it's such a crazy experience that you're all going through it together.
Yes, yeah. And I feel like our group is really, we're all just talking to like each other, like we form friendships, but also just like everybody's included all the time.
Oh my gosh,
so
yeah,
it's great.
Yeah, I love that. Is there anything else you want to add?
I'm just like realizing through this how grateful I am for the people that like the Congress people and all the you know, the people that donate and stuff, and past fellows, because I wouldn't have heard about this if it wasn't for past fellows that like have promoted it, or like even on our Facebook groups where they're like, oh, you should apply for this, or here, you know, and they share stuff out. Like I think that is because somebody like me who's a little more like, I'm kind of shy and I'm not very I wasn't going to take the risk to do it. Never thought I'd be able to. It's like, here, like when you hear that personal perspective to be like, hey, you should just do it. You know, I think that like goes a long way. So I'm just grateful for everybody that encourages everyone to sign up and try it.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. That's awesome. And I think you should be really proud of yourself. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This is awesome.
Okay.